On this episode of Trailer Park Turnaround, we just raised new capital and we're looking for a deal. We're going to be exploring new markets and searching off-market opportunities to find our next Trailer Park Turnaround. This is the journey of two real estate investors from Staten Island, New York, who travel the country looking for mismanaged, undercapitalized, and run-down trailer parks.
We invest capital and our time to turn these parks around and make our communities better.
These are our stories.
Happens when you first went up in your morning. Frank Rizzo only sleeps with one eye closed at a time.
And Eric shared with us because, he went this summer to the golf range a couple of times, just to hit off the tee. And he's like, I could probably shoot par.
Killed it at top.
I think I'd be like, I'd probably be like, it would be great, but like, par. The more I come down here, the more we come down here, the more and more I like Onslow County in North Carolina. And one of the things that I found in traveling through the Sun Belt, there's certain places where you see that they've got all the right recipes for growth, expansion, and development. We're seeing economic growth, we're seeing expansion, and you're seeing that a county and a community is powering forward with that. These are places that you want to be in. So we have a unique ability of turning around communities that nobody else wants to touch. So when people have problem childs on their hands, they give us a call. So if you have a community that is well beyond what you're able to do, maybe you've seen something in the marketplace that just needs so much work and most operators don't want to touch it, deep value add, that's us. We go in there, we will take on the dirty jobs, the deals that have a lot of hair on them, and we come in, clean the communities up, and we turn them around. So we're out here, we're scouting for new properties, we're looking for our next trailer park turnaround. We're at this site, there's 27 units. We come down, we take an assessment of what's on the ground. We know how many homes there's 22 homes, and how many homes have to be removed before we start to do anything. E, what do you notice when you come here?
I noticed that right across the street, you have 100+ unit community, immaculate condition. We're in a military area, a lot of workforce military housing. At first glance, looks a little bit rough. The homes are run down. Nobody has been taking care of this park, but the community and where we are location-wise is exactly where we want to be.
And here's the opportunity. This is an estate sale. Family that hasn't been, that has the park, doesn't want to operate the park. They're all absentee, and that creates the opportunity. If you're looking for opportunities in the MHP space, you have to be willing to step into situations like this, situations that are run down, with a plan in place to turn this trailer park around.
Now there's a park that's down at that end that's for sale, and there's a couple small ones in this area that are for sale. But this one is already spoken for.
Got it. You're buying it?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
We're going to tear out all the crap and put in tiny homes.
Okay, good. Good.
For the military.
How did you know I was involved a long time ago?
Because you told me when I worked for you.
Oh.
You work for me?
I'm Chris. I'm just smaller. I had the gastric bypass surgery.
She's buying the park, so she lives here. She's actually buying the park from the current owner. She got a little upset that we were here, but that's what happens. We kind of diffused it a little bit. I mean, this is what happens. You come into these, you come into a community, you want to know the other community owners. At the end of the day, she could be a resource, she'll be a neighbor, and we can see how we can work together. So we're at Park 1, right? This park, 27 lots, 22 occupied lots. 14 of those homes were occupied. If we take this park down, we've got to demo 8 homes. There's roads that need to be done. And obviously, you saw, Matt, we have a tenant there that thinks she's buying the park. We know she's not. She doesn't have the funds to do it, but she's already initiated contact with us. So we potentially have a little bit of a tenant issue that we know we're going to walk into. Spotty books and records if we get anything at all. Pros, it's right by one of our communities, right? So we can offset some of that management cost. Cons, we don't typically go 30 lots or below. What do we think, guys?
It's going to be a lot of capital coming out. Demo 8 homes. There's 21 occupied, right? So that's going to leave us with 13 homes left.
14, but who's counting?
Well, we got 21.
22.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's 14.
This is one of the parks that were off market.
This is off market, but it's a small park, guys, and we'd have to, this would be the smallest park in our portfolio. Great market, small park.
We're going to be pumping in a ton of money in here. I mean, we're not going to make any money for a year or two, minimum.
Potentially. I've come up, 719 is really the number I need to be at for
Well,
it to.
that's I'm not selling it for $719.
Okay.
If you want it, it's $750. It's an extra $31,000. You're gonna drop it for 31 grand?
I could ask you the same thing, Todd.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it for 31. Are you?
If you go to 719, I'll take the house. Yes, that's correct.
No, I'm not interested.
Okay.
I'm giving you this option now because we just dropped it 100,000 from our 900.
But the reason why you dropped it, in all fairness, right? And looking, the reason why you dropped it is because the number didn't make sense. Economically, for somebody to come in there, it didn't make sense, right? If it did,
it makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Okay.
And anyone who, if you're gonna walk for 30 grand, then you're not the buyer.
okay, that's fine. But I tell you what, if it's still there in a couple of months, and then you got to come back and drop it again, it might not be 719. So
If it's still there in a couple of months, you know, the summer months are a lot busier and a lot of people are more active and in the area. I'm gonna raise it back up.
Okay, that's if the market holds up, right? And if there's a change that happens in the market, and then you want to.
I'm not concerned. You know, we own it free and clear.
Okay.
We don't care. It's just income to us.
Okay.
So if you're in the market, there's a lot of value add there. There's a lot of things you can do with it.
Sure.
If you're gonna let it go for 30 grand, it's not for you.
Well, I could say the same thing. I mean, I'm going based off of the numbers.
It's for me because I own it.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't bother me to
What's
hang
the
on
address?
to
The
it.
address.
Okay, that's fine.
We're at an impasse.
That's quite all right. Quite all right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. They don't call it midget horses. They call it, it's a tiny horse. It's a dog. We come in here, I mean, it looks a lot worse than what it really is. I mean, all you need here is everything. So you're starting and it's all gonna be brand new. You fluff and then you buff right here at the MHP Exchange. You're doing a beautiful job here. So you're doing a beautiful job here. How is it over here?
Nobody bother you.
Nobody bother you?
I live here for almost 40 years.
40 years?
I don't go nowhere.
Really?
I love here. Nobody bother you.
What is it? All one bedrooms, right? Two?
2 bedroom. You no pay no water.
No water.
Free water.
Free water. That's even better. You have a 2-bedroom apartment. You don't have the whole house. That's you on one side, somebody on
2 bedroom there, two bedroom mine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, talk to you later.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All the roofs are new, but these are, you know, not typically what we take down. How's it going, all right?
No, but it could be better.
Could always be worse.
Yeah, a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, that's right. That's
You
right.
live out here?
I own this property.
Oh,
Oh, you do? Okay, how you doing?
Sound like y'all might be a buyer.
Yeah, I'm Frank Rizzo.
I'm Eric. Eric and Frank.
Yeah,
Your last name was what?
Rizzo.
I've talked to you on the phone.
Probably did.
Your name rings a bell
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, probably did. I probably called you on one of these properties.
Are you looking to sell this park?
I could be talked into it.
Okay. What would convince you?
Money.
Oh,
I'm 72 years old, son.
Okay.
I'm ready to travel.
Okay.
I just got married last year, and I want to enjoy my wife.
Congratulations.
I was Tar Heel born and Tar Heel bred, and when I die, I'll be Tar Heel dead. You smoke yourself to death. Tell St. Peter at the pearly gate. Well, old saints, you gotta wait. I gotta have just one more cigarette.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette.
All right, this was a park that we weren't expecting to see. You know, Eric and I were just driving through. We actually found the owner of the park, and we were looking at it. He's looking to sell, but we found that there's a little bit of an issue. It's in an ETJ zone, which means if any home gets removed, you can't bring a new one in unless the entire park complies with today's standards. And right now, where this park is located, it does not comply with standards. So we would be stuck, right, with the existing housing inventory, and as soon as one leaves, we lose that lot forever.
How's he ever gonna sell that park?
You'd have to look at it as a development play. We could probably pick it up at a very reasonable price. My concern is that every time as the deal progressed, we would lose more income than we would gain over time, and that to me is a risk I don't want to take. So this park is 150 lots. The owner, mom and pop, has like no books and records, had told the broker, off-market deal, had told the broker there's 55 units in it. He was willing to sell all tenant-owned homes. He was willing to sell. We presented an offer, and the seller got scared and just ghosted him. Said he didn't want to sell no more. I think he got kind of agitated. My belief is he probably didn't expect to get an offer as fast as he did. So we were coming down to the area. We figured we'd do a drive-by. At least now it's a record in our head. If the owner kind of re-engages, we're ready to go, and we can make an offer with the fact that we've already been on the ground.
A lot of our properties have started out like this. An initial engagement to someone who's owned the community for a long time, kind of interested in selling, but as most people don't like change and don't know what to do with the money if they were to sell the property.
Correct.
And then there's always the emotional attachment to the property.
You know what they should do?
And then usually what happens is they meet me and they're like, you know what? I like this guy.
This park in particular, mom and pop owner, needs some work, but this could be a light touch. Doesn't look like it's a major overhaul. We could do the roads. We have some tree work to clean up. We would do some skirting, and some of the homes that everybody here owns their own homes, but we would come in there, power wash, cool seal the roofs, and give it a nice fresh look, because we could set up new homes in this market very quickly. Down the block, they're selling frame houses for over $200,000. Our price point, $50,000 to $60,000, all for huge cost savings for living down here. I think they have a small sign maker. No, I think they have a small sign maker in town. Home of the smallest ladder in the world.
Checking out this community, this is standing out to me. The homes raised significantly higher than all other homes in the community. What probably happened here is the elevation level or requirement changed by the city for some reason. This home is lifted up significantly higher than anything else in this community. So it's probably in a newly named flood zone. Just something to look out for when looking at communities.
It's 99 units.
For $5 million?
For $5 million.
Not in our wheelhouse.
You know, I think at $5 million, I'd expect a little bit more. I don't believe that. I think you're paying full value here. I think the homes here need a little tender loving care, and they're not completely new. They're not in bad shape, but there's not a lot of new homes where, for this price point in this market, I would expect to see more new homes on site that we would be acquiring in the purchase. We're not getting that. I think this park, the one that you get, listen, I could, why don't you get the numbers there? I think that $5 million for us, it's a little rich. It's not where we'd want to go especially without seeing the numbers. But based off of what you're telling me here, I think and maybe he just needs to be seasoned a little bit. It sits out. I don't know what he's got on the development side. I'm happy to take a look at the underwriting. I'm gonna go take another drive by, and then I'm gonna give you another number to go back to that owner with, and then maybe that kind of changes the conversation a little bit. That kind of makes him kind of revisit it. So we're going to take another drive by, and I'll call you back, okay? These are the two parks that we saw in the new market that we were looking at. Great market. We're looking at getting into that space. The first park was a lot rent only deal. 55 tenant-owned homes, 110 lots in the park, right? So there's infill opportunity, but everybody owns their home and not much cleanup to do there. Properties, the properties off market, seller's been a little disconnected. After he knew that there was an offer, he got kind of scared and booted out of the way. The second deal was a little bit more established. 99 lots. There's about 5 vacant lots there on site. Plus there's a storage facility that's also included. They were looking for $5 million. Plus side, stabilized deal with some income. Downside, you're buying at a premium, and there wasn't a lot of new homes there. It was mostly a resale, and the whole housing stock there was probably late 80s, early 90s.
Do you think it's a new home market?
It's a new home market. That's a great question. It's a new home market, but one of the things that I was a little concerned about, and Eric noticed, that one of the new homes brought in was significantly elevated, was raised about 8 feet in the back of the park. So, kind of brings the question, we believe that there's a flood zone in the back of the park, which may impact bringing in some newer homes or potentially the insurance rates we have. You can make that an Airbnb, man. Oh, this is the park.
How is it living in here?
It's great? Yeah? Why the trees? What?
Best place in the world.
Yeah, why is the trees all dead over here? You know? Okay.
How long you live here for?
Like a year?
Come here, I want to talk to you. Is there anything you can tell me about the community?
I mean,
I'm not a cop, I'm not an FBI
I
agent.
don't care if you are.
Yeah, I'm just curious, just passing through town, I own some properties, trying to check it out.
I mean, it ain't too bad. You know what I'm saying? The land people, whoever the fuck owns it, just don't keep up with the place. You know what I'm saying?
How much you pay for, you own your home here?
No, we pay rent.
How much you pay for rent over here?
$450.
$450?
Judge, I'ma kill your fucking dogs. That's why I'm about to get on. Do you see this? Yeah. And that white mite, I'ma kill that bitch too.
Got a problem with dogs over here?
No, they just, you see the trash. I mean, I just put a trash bag out here a second ago in my trash can, and the fucking people don't keep their dogs on a leash around.
Can I ask you a question? Hey.
Frank, you're getting too far away from the car. Frank, I'm only kidding.
You own your home or you rent your home? Okay. Do they pay you to wake up the garbage or you just do that?
No, I do it because people riding by on this side, like you can see here, we came out here about 2.5 months ago. When I first got here, we cleaned all of this. But when people on that side, they see trash on the road, they throw it over the fence.
Got it. Okay. Those are some big puppies.
I don't know who the white one is.
Got it. Okay.
Matt, you're gonna get me coming down the road? I'm gonna pick up speed, all right?
Don't pick up speed, dipshit. Don't do it. You're gonna fucking bottom this thing out. We're gonna have a fucking problem. Don't do it.
Think of Mr. Beast when I do it.
Just
buckle up, Frank.
Okay.
You think this road needs to be leveled out? Looking at the cover of this park, I mean, it's a major infill project, however you want to slice it. Trash everywhere.
No residents.
Very little residents. However,
it's going to be a drag.
City sewer, city water, and as Frank Rizzo would say, there's no bad real estate, there's just bad pricing. So if we could pick this property up at the right price, this is definitely something we are interested in.
It's a good market. It's a very solid market in North Carolina with need for housing, so. We just went through 5 properties, one of which wasn't even on the list, as we were searching for our next opportunity. As you go through the pros and cons, remember one thing, there is no bad real estate, only bad prices. And we made offers on all 5 properties, knowing that if they hit our number, we'd be happy and we'd be able to move forward and execute at that price. But if it doesn't, we move on to the next trailer park turnaround.